For those of you that are unfamiliar with Fuel Cell Powertrain, they are a very new company within the last year and a half, and this is their first time exhibiting at Hannover Messe 2019.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, do you want to share a little bit about the company?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're quite a young company. We were founded about 1.5 years ago. So we are located in Chemnitz in East Germany, and we are probably around 25 people. So it's a exciting time for us, and we're really looking forward to getting into this fuel cell environment. We have a lot of experts, or we have good experts that actually joined the company. The company was founded by fuel cell experts as well as experts from the automotive industry. So it's for us, it's really an exciting time to get part of this.
Great. And what sort of technology are you guys focused on, and what markets?
So we are focusing on developing fuel cell systems, but not only fuel cell systems, but also powertrain components, because we actually are focusing on developing the entire powertrain with also be able to then offer an entire powertrain solution out of one hand for customers that would need that. We have looked at the overall market, and we found that there is not many players that actually offer potentially the entire solution and also the entire optimized solution.
Great. And are you focused regionally or internationally? Where is your market based?
So FCP is actually a company which is a joint venture between German and Chinese partners. So we are mainly focusing, because of our market focus and our investment from China, we are focusing on the Chinese market. But we also, in the meantime, because of the strong pull that is coming from the European market, we're actually focusing on the European market as well. And in the areas of, we have been doing work in stationary power applications, but also in heavy-duty and medium-duty vehicle applications, as well as in buses.
Okay. In terms of the vehicle applications, specifically the fuel cell electric vehicles, what sort of challenges have you seen within this space?
So, as everybody knows, one of the big challenges is still cost, but not only product cost, but overall power life cycle cost and total cost of ownership. And then, of course, especially for the higher heavy-duty vehicle applications and buses, and for fleet operators, the lifetime requirements are also significantly higher than what one would find for passenger vehicles, for example. So these are key challenges that we are definitely going after. We have some interesting concepts, innovations, and ideas that we are bringing to the market and bringing as solutions to enable us to actually solve these problems.
In terms of your technical advantages, what sort of optimizations do you do for your customers, and how does that process work?
So when we started looking at providing an overall powertrain solution for a customer based on the fuel cell system, we very quickly realized that we actually need to be able to really understand the customer profile, how they use the vehicle, how the vehicle is actually being implemented, and how it's actually being used on a day-to-day basis. And then together with that, we actually bring that into our analysis and simulation capabilities, both internally, and we are very well connected in extended network within Germany and within Europe as well. So then we can actually analyze and simulate the entire powertrain, including the fuel cell, the vehicle, the powertrain components, the e-drives, the motors, the power electronics, down to the fuel cell system and also the battery. And then we basically bring that back to being able to, with the customer usage profiles, be able to develop dynamic strategies for hybridization between sizing of the batteries and the fuel cells. Because we had found that, of course, for these utility vehicles, a hybridized fuel cell battery system is actually the best and gives the best solution for the customer in the end.
So in terms of an integrated energy approach, can you just, for those that are not familiar, can you kind of explain how that works and why that's a benefit to some of the suppliers that are here?
Certainly. So in terms of what we do is we really take the customer profiles, the customer usage, and based on the energy usage that we optimize for the entire vehicle, then we are able to really size the components. And what we also do is a different approach from what many others are doing, what we believe. We are actually moving more towards what I would call a concept of mass customization. So how this really works is, I think the concept is quite familiar to many people in the industry. Instead of trying to get cost down only by scaling volume, certainly that is a big component of it. We also we are moving towards the concept of mass customization, where one would be able to customize the product, i.e. the powertrain and the vehicle for the specific customer, but still being able to leverage the actual higher volume costs by concepts of scalability and modularity that we actually use in our designs.
Great. In terms of projects and opportunities down the line, what do you foresee coming up for you, and what will you be focusing on for the next year or so?
So yeah, since we've been founded, we've actually, as you would know, for a young company, we are really hard at work to develop our actual product portfolio. So we've already developed a first prototype of a stationary fuel cell system that actually is available on display at our booth. And we are now working on our next generation liquid-cooled fuel cell stack system and fuel cell stack itself. Through our close cooperation with the Technical University in Chemnitz, we are also leveraging some technologies in electric drives. There are some concepts that we have, especially with regard to what we call a near-wheel motor drive, which is a very compact electric drive motor that sits not in the wheel but near the wheel, because we had also found that for the high torque applications for heavier vehicles, it actually makes more sense to put the motor closer to the wheel and not actually inside the wheel. This concept then actually allows us to eliminate the losses that you would typically find in the differential of a vehicle. It also allows electronic control of the motors, because you need one for each wheel that is being driven. And then one can actually also achieve different functionality. And it's also much more compact, which then in the underbody, in the chassis of the vehicle, provides more space for the other typical components that may be needed, like inverters, or if there's a requirement to put maybe battery or anything in that area, then that space is available.
Okay. Are there any opportunities for potential partners down the road?
Certainly, as far as the electric drives are concerned, we are doing these designs right now, and we are open to especially partnerships with regard to future manufacturing of the electric drives and the drive components. And as I also mentioned previously, we are working with partnerships and potential partnerships both in Europe and in China as far as the fuel cells and the fuel cell system components are concerned.
Great. I'm going to ask the audience if there's any questions at this time. Does anyone have any questions at all? No? Okay. I will encourage you to go visit booth E50, though, and go please take a look at the technology and meet the team, and they'll be happy to answer any of your questions if you're too shy to ask them now. Thank you so much for joining me on stage.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.